You're watching KDCG, uniquely Acadiana, a Delta Media station.
Right here, right now, it's LA South. I'm Pamela Kay, and you're about to meet the Michelangelo of metal. That is Randy Toepfer and David Hofstetter, and he's going to teach us all about the moons of Jupiter. It's all coming up on today's episode of LA South.
Hi, I'm Jamie Begno, Assistant Director at Spalmazan, and I am LA South.
If you can dream it, he can build it. So we asked Randy Toepfer, the owner of Toepfer's Manufacturing, just what is the craziest thing that you've ever built, and how far away did you have to send it?
I'm Randy Toepfer. I own Toepfer's Manufacturing for 37 years, and I primarily build commercial and residential cooking equipment. The craziest thing I ever built was a fallout shelter for tornadoes for a guy in Oklahoma. And it was a giant culvert pipe that went in the ground. It was all decked out with kitchen and living quarters, and it had a hole. It's like a giant, like a cellar, but it was all aluminum, and he had water pipe down in there and everything for tornadoes. That was probably the craziest thing I ever built. Saudi Arabia was the furthest. I built some control panels for the oil field in Saudi Arabia. Was the furthest that I can think of. I build seed treaters that they put the chemicals in to treat the seed rice. I build flood control systems, culverts, crawfish peeling equipment that they peel the crawfish at the plants, the tables, the chairs, the conveyors, the stools, all the equipment that it takes to run a whole crawfish processing plant. Besides, we did a catfish processing plant. So we kind of diversified a little bit. When we do go out and we cook for people and crowds of 300 to 400. So that's a regular basis. We take our equipment and go show it off, and we cook at the same time. We have a lot of fun. We meet a lot of people. So that's a little plus for us because we build it and we use it. We build all types of cooking equipment. We've been doing that for the last 25 years. As you can see in the background, we build all types of cooking equipment. And ice chests, anything to go with the cooking we build, the racks, the trailers. Right here is a crawfish ice chest. It's going to hold approximately 750 pounds. We're building 3 for this customer. It's going to Kemah, Texas for the Swamp Shack. And it's going to be for cooking crawfish for festivals, big bunches, 40,000 pounds and plus. This is a barbecue pit built inside of a crawfish pot. See the 3 racks? The 3 racks let you cook 3 different products at the same time. And then when you move up to the next one, you get one like this. That's a big boy cooker. It has a motor that turns it. It's fired by propane, and you put a block of wood in there to get your flavor. Here, these little racks up here is to hang sausage or ponce, tasso. You want to smoke something, a rabbit, you can hang them from the top racks. This is our home cookers. It's a crawfish pot. Pick it up with the little winch. Has a drop bottom in here. Let the crawfish out the bottom. You don't have to dump it over. You pick it up with this little winch right here. And when you grow up and you want to be a big boy, you get you one of these. It is the big boy model. This will do 4 sacks, or you can cook gumbo in there for 350 people. Works the same way as the small one, just a bigger unit. This here is for the people that like to boil and soak. They boiling in 2 pots, they soaking in 3 pots. Got a 15-minute soaking time, 3.5-minute boiling time. You take them from here with electric winch, you go from one pot to the next, drop it in there, and you soak them. And that's how this unit's set up. Got 5 individual burners in there and a monorail system. You come off the end right here and dump it into a table or ice chest, and you're ready to go to the consumer. This pot right here was built for a friend of mine. I loaned it to him, and he does functions for no charge, and he was cooking for the military for Family Day in Mississippi when they was coming back from Iraq. And so I built the pot and loaned it to him. He said it cooked for 1,200 people. at a time, and he did 3 batches and fed 3,600 people. So I think pretty good sized pot, but somebody told me they had one bigger, so I'm building me one that cooks for 3,500 people. So the next time you come back, I'll have a bigger pot. You have to hold it like this and then like this, and when you take this finger, you press this little button, and out comes the wire, and that's what's going to make this thing start welding. But you have to have your hood down when you do that, and we're going to put it right here, and we'll start welding right there. Hold this thing. This hand.
Okay.
Take this hand and put it right here.
Okay.
Take this finger and hold it on there. And whenever you say get ready, you put your helmet down, and we're going to weld. Ready?
Okay, so pull it down, and then we're going to weld.
Yep.
And you're going to hold it with me.
Right.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
How's that for my first time?
Let me see. Man. Wait, hold on. You're going to have to show me how you did that. Hold on.
It's good?
Yeah, show me what you did.
Well, I started right here, and I just tried to keep it steady like you showed me.
That looks good. Everybody gets lucky sometimes. This bus is being built strictly for the festivals in Texas, and it's going to be for the Swamp Shack. And they're going to ball 45,000 pounds in 2 days on this thing. This winch is going to bring up the raw crawfish. Then they'll have a washer right here. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. It's going to sit here. It's going to wash the crawfish. They'll come out of the washer, go into a basket, and on this side there'll be 2 burners on each side, 2 big giant pots that do 30 sacks in each pot. So they'll be able to do 60 sacks of crawfish every 10 minutes. This is the winch and the monorail that they're going to be able to pick them up with. And they're going to come back here once they ball, and they'll pick these up, and they'll dump into here, and they're going to season them, and then they got a drop bottom in there, drop them out, and they'll go into those big giant ice chests that can roll around right there. They got 2 big, those ice chests hold 750 pounds of ball crawfish at a time. This unit right here is going to go on that bus, and that's going to be the wash and grader. They'll have a conveyor belt that goes on here with a motor, and it's going to be driven by 110 volt. And then have spray units, and this will be a sump where the crawfish will be in. They'll come out of the water, and they'll get washed, and then they'll fall into the baskets, and then be picked up by the winch and brought to the cookers. I'll take you over here and show you the cookers. There's 2 cookers that goes on that bus, and they have drop doors in them. There's 4 baskets. There's 2 baskets in each one. Each one holds 15 sacks of crawfish. So they'll be able to do 30 sacks per pot. That's 60 sacks every 10 minutes. Everything we do underneath this roof is all done here. We do not subcontract anything out. In Eunice, we build it in Eunice, and it leaves from Eunice. It don't matter where it gets shipped in the world, it comes out of Eunice and leaves out of Eunice. Well, and so in case you couldn't make it in the advertising or the commercial business, and get back to welding.
I can't see nothing.
Hi, I'm Randy Toepfer. Did you know LA South? Is that what?
So just what do Europa, Ganymede, Callisto, and Io have in common? Well, they're all moons on Jupiter, and Dave Hofstetter is going to tell us a little bit more about them right now.
Welcome to Astronomy Today. I'm Dave Hofstetter, curator of the planetarium at the Lafayette Science Museum, and I'll be your host. Go outside on the next clear night and look up well overhead. The very bright star-like object that you'll see is actually the planet Jupiter. If you have a backyard telescope, use your low power and you'll be able to see stripes in Jupiter's atmosphere, as well as many as 4 of its 67 known moons. In fact, those moons can sometimes be seen in spotting scopes or a pair of binoculars if you hold them very, very steady. Those moons were discovered in 1610 by Galileo and are named Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. They are roughly the size of our own moon, but are so far away from us that backyard telescopes only show them as dots of light. Of course, spacecraft can do a lot better. From 1995 to 2003, NASA's Galileo Spacecraft orbited Jupiter and, among other things, sent back a lot of information about these moons. So let's take a look at them. We'll start out with Io. You notice there aren't very many craters on Io. There are a lot of volcanoes though, that's why there aren't so many craters. The volcanoes erupt a lot and keep changing what Io looks like. Here you can actually see a couple of the volcanoes in eruption, and here you see pictures taken 2 months apart where you can see changes in the surface that were caused by the volcanoes. Io may be the most volcanically active surface in the solar system. The New Horizons spacecraft, as it went by Jupiter on the way to Pluto, was able to take a series of photos of Io that showed some of the volcanoes in eruption. This next moon is Europa, and you notice there aren't very many craters on Europa either. This time though, it's because the surface is completely covered by ice, just good old frozen water that could be as much as 10 miles thick. The Galileo spacecraft got some pretty good evidence that underneath all that ice there's probably an ocean of liquid water. We think that the cracks and ridges that we see on Europa are probably caused when the layers of ice and water interact with each other. Next up is Ganymede. Ganymede is the biggest moon we know of in the solar system, bigger than Mercury, almost as big as Mars. The white stuff in the crater floors, again, is ice. And you may think it's a little weird that these moons could be made partly out of ice, but the temperature out there is about 200 degrees below zero, and that's so cold that the ice is literally as hard as a rock. And finally, the last of Jupiter's 4 big moons is Callisto. Look how many craters there are on Callisto. It's hard to find a place that doesn't have a crater on Callisto. The white stuff in the crater floors, again, is ice. It's another of the icy and rocky moons. We've come a long way in our understanding of the moons of Jupiter, from Galileo seeing them as dots of light to the Galileo spacecraft revealing them as worlds. And you can see them with a backyard telescope as Galileo did. It's a big universe out there. Go out and take a look.
On LA South, we want to always keep you in the know for the latest trends in health and beauty. Well, pheromones are really active in things you're attracted to, and that's what you smell. Sometimes you want to avoid certain things, other times smells draw you in. Well, they say statistically men are drawn to smells like cinnamon rolls. They're also drawn to smells like vanilla. Now, men will tell you, no, that's not true. They're drawn to smells like leather. But we're going to talk today about Jennifer Love Hewitt. What she likes to wear is McCormick vanilla. If you go to the grocery store and just pick up vanilla flavoring, she puts that on. Of course, she's been through quite a few boyfriends, so I don't know if that's necessarily the route you want to go. But if you avoid that and go this route, the latest product that is all the rage in Europe is called bacon. Yes, bacon. B-A-C-O-N, just like the pig bacon. And it is actually the scent of bacon. And if you smell that in the morning, you're just usually drawn to the kitchen because you want to eat breakfast. But they have found, studies have shown, that men and women alike are drawn to the smell of bacon, and they've turned it into a fragrance. And this isn't some cheap fragrance, this is a high-end couture fragrance, and they want you to wear it because the opposite sex, or maybe the same sex, whatever the case might be, will be attracted to you. So if you've tried bacon, please let us know. We're going to post on our Facebook, and we want you to let us know, is bacon working for you? Is it delicious, or does it help you smell good too? The latest trend in jeans is something that's really unique, but before I tell you, there are so many styles. You've tried bootleg, you've tried slim cut, low rise, flare. There's so many styles, but this is definitely something Wrangler's got a unique hold on. It's anti-cellulite moisturizing jeans. Sounds like they would be kind of heavy to wear if they're full of moisturizer, but what they're supposed to do is actually smooth out any cellulite, help you feel moisturized and slim all at the same time. Now they use caffeine, which we all know. Ladies, you know the secret. You can actually wrap, plastic wrap around your legs with coffee grounds. Yes, I know it sounds a little strange if you haven't heard of it, but a lot of the celebrity trainers tell you that it actually works. But there are so many products that are out there that do have caffeine in them. Wrangler has taken caffeine, infused it into their denim, and now they're saying that it works on cellulite. And the lotion, aloe vera is one of the ingredients in that, They're using that to moisturize your skin. So a combination of everything that's supposed to be good for you, they're putting in one pair of jeans, inexpensively priced because Wrangler does want you to buy their products, and probably quite a few pair. I want to know, have you tried these jeans? Do they work for you? And do I need a pair?
My name's Lindsay Ezel. I'm the education coordinator for the Zoo of Acadiana. This is my friend Stubbs, and we're LA South.
After today's show, I think I'd like to do two things. Maybe listen to Drops of Jupiter by Train and eat some boiled crawfish for sure. Join me on Friday, and we'll see you next time here on LA South.